So they're definitely using him as an ambassador in certain ways. I'm
What
not going to
does
say using
RAM benefit from this right here?
episodes now. So
Well,
if you brought Greg into the picture as well, holy hell, you're getting the top dollar benefit right here.
3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Hope everybody out there is off to an amazing Tuesday afternoon. Man, I swear I wasn't going to talk about Cleetus McFarland anytime soon again. Just covered him at Charlotte, but the guy's back in the news. And man, when it's news, you got to talk about it. So I think it's kind of one of the highlights of the week right now. So we're going to cover that. And I'm not just going to show a bunch of old footage of Dodge trucks out there racing around. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to go into this. We're going to talk about the positives, some of the things behind this right here. And some possible negatives. So we're going to go into that. But first, we're going to talk about some other truck-related news right here. And this is pretty cool right here. Corey LaJoie. Corey going to be back out there on the racetrack again behind the wheel for Spire Motorsports. Going to be driving an 07 truck. I think it's pretty cool. He's going to run 9 in the next 13 or the final 13 races starting this weekend. And it's obvious, man, that little connection he's got out there with Prime, being out there as a broadcaster with Carl Edwards, people are liking it. So, yeah, Spire's like, man, well, hell, let's put you back in the car. Got people talking, so a cool deal for him. But now let's get over to this right here because, you know, the talk's been there that RAM is coming back, helping Dodge get back into the NASCAR series. Obviously, NASCAR's wanting these other manufacturers in there. Dodge is one of the biggest names with this. In this case, we're talking about RAM, the truck division here. So, yeah, there's been a lot of talk about different things, and a lot of talk with it was who was going to be part of this if it comes in. There's been rumors out there that GMS would come back into the truck series with Spencer Gallagher behind the wheel. Man, I got to buy into this a little bit because Spencer Gallagher kind of stepped away from racing. He was going to take more of a pivotal behind-the-scenes position, and but he's been back out there racing in ARCA series. So I find that interesting. So it just tells me maybe there's something to this. But the other thing right here is Cleetus McFarland. Adam Stern reported, I guess on Monday or Sunday night, that Cleetus McFarland was looking to make the jump up to the truck series as soon as 2026. Now, this is very interesting again because Dodge is coming back, or RAM is coming back, or trying to come back right now in 2026. That's the plans to come back in the NASCAR series. So I find this very interesting in so many ways. And like I said, we're going to go into this in detail here in just a second. But the cool thing about this is if you go back, Cleetus McFarland actually took a Ram truck because Ram pretty much, you know, they're just crew cab, stuff like that now. But he took a Ram truck and turned it back into a single cab truck. Pretty interesting story right here. Pretty cool ride. But you get an entry into winning this thing if you spend $5 on his merchandise store and everything else. Man, I was calculating this stuff up, and I'm like, he's got, you know, close to 4.5 million subscribers. So if only 5% of his subscribers, that was 225,000 people, spent $5 to get an entrant into this right here. That was like $1.125 million. So that's where, man, this dude's, he's got it together. Let's just say that. Very smart businessman. But it got me thinking, man, was there something that was going on with this in the past? Because it was kind of ironic that, you know, Cleetus makes his debut in the ARCA series at Daytona. And then right after that, the Ram brand puts in their application to start running the truck series for 2026. So could all be coincidence, or hell, they might have been down at the Regal Beagle last summer trying to work some deal out with this. So who the hell really knows? But we got to take a look at this again with everything with Cleetus. Now, I'm going to go into the aspects of the positives here in a second, but I want to take a look at him with NASCAR. Because if you look at what the ARCA series has done with putting in-car cameras in his car, that's something that they don't do in ARCA series, and it's been positive for them. And again, if you go look at Cleetus with his subscribers, I mean, he is heads and tails above what NASCAR has on their subscriber list on YouTube. So they're definitely using him as an ambassador in certain ways. I'm not going to say using him, but they're promoting him so much to get people in. I can tell you on my show alone and so many other things I've seen, so many people are coming back into NASCAR to watch again because of Cleetus. And there's a lot of people who have never watched. And so many people had no idea what the hell the ARCA series was prior to this. Even Cleetus said he had no idea what the ARCA series was prior to this, but he is putting an eye on it. People like it. So it's very interesting with that aspect. And this is where it leads me to the idea right now. again here, Adam Stern reported that this is a possibility. So you got to look at it. What does RAM benefit from this right here? Well, you got to look. I mean, again, you're looking at somebody with all these subscribers right here. He is arguably probably getting the most attention in the NASCAR series right now. And this is a guy who's only ran 3 races in the ARCA series, the 4th tier of the NASCAR series. But he is a name that's got everybody talking. So if you're RAM and you're coming back into the series, that's a economical valued sense to do something like this, because you are getting so much exposure throughout this whole thing. And when you contribute that over to money and commercials, things of that nature, man, it would save them a hell of a lot of money to market through him on his YouTube with the shows that he does and everything else. And the cool thing about this would be that it's something that people could follow from day one. I mean, from the initial signing. I mean, he could be doing episodes on every aspect of this, from the initial signing up through, they're going to have a shop, a new headquarters, everything like that, with obtaining things like this, building the trucks. I mean, there's so many aspects that he could film and put out there that would just be so beneficial to the RAM brand, and in essence, save them money in the long run by investing in Cleetus McFarland. So I can really, man, I'm going to tell you, I really can see this happening in so many ways. Now, the other interesting part about this to me is, Greg Biffle and Cleetus McFarland kind of joined at the hip at the racetrack right now. This is a partnership that's just spread, and it continues to grow. They're each helping each other. Greg's helping him at the racetrack. Cleetus is helping Greg with building up his following and getting this YouTube crew behind him. And I'm going to tell you, I followed Greg since pretty much he got on YouTube because I like the guy. I just genuinely like him. And to see his numbers go up from viewership, you got Greg out here getting 500,000 views on episodes now. So if you brought Greg into the picture as well, holy hell, you're getting the top dollar benefit right here with this. And when you look at it in the racing atmosphere, they're kind of connected. And what other benefits does this give right here? Well, you got Greg Biffle, who is a former truck champion. He knows these things. He knows how to get around the racetrack. He knows the tracks and everything else. So it could be a very viable thing to have them to partner up with this RAM brand right out the door to go racing. So the interesting part with this is this something that they could possibly split a seat with Greg getting in, running some of the races, Cleetus running some of the races. When you look at Cleetus, he's basically this year run Daytona, Talladega, and Charlotte. He's going to be running Bristol. He's also run IRP out there in the Crown Vic. So he's got experience on different tracks that the Truck Series run. And so it's something that could be very plausible to see him go out there and run the tracks that he's already ran before, ones he's comfortable with, share that seat with Greg, and see what happens. But the other interesting story with this right here, too, is that there's talks of possibility of these guys being team owners. Well, Cleetus being a team owner in this aspect right here. So this is something I could see as well, because, again, you're investing in somebody who's going to get you so much exposure and save on the legwork of commercials, all this other advertising things that they would need to do that they're going to get right there with Cleetus right out of the gate. So it would make a smart business decision by RAM to do something like this and just build up a new following, because if you got Cleetus, you automatically got Cleetus's people. So people will probably be out there buying Dodge trucks or Ram trucks just for this purpose. So it's a pretty cool, pretty wild idea right there. Now, the interesting thing is the Truck Series. I've seen different numbers of what it costs to get into this, what it costs to run a truck throughout the season. Some people say, mid-tier, you can run for a couple million. Other ones are looking between $3 to $5 to $6 to $7 million a year. So it's something that's feasible. And again, if you go back to what they would save on spending on advertising in different aspects, man, pretty cool deal for them to do something like this. So it'd be very interesting to see this. Now, the one thing I'm going to pay attention to right now is that Cleetus is running the ARCA series, and the Truck Series also runs road courses. So I'm going to be watching right now, because the ARCA series has got Lime Rock and Watkins Glen coming up over the next couple months. So if I see Cleetus enter into one of these road course races, that's going to put a little more icing on the cake with this situation right here, that this is a strong possibility of something that could happen. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with this. Now, you got to look at the negative aspects as well, because this is something that could backfire if it did transpire like this, because Cleetus could go out there and tear up a lot of equipment. He's never drove the trucks before or anything like this. So again, it's something he could drive a little bit before the season's out. Kind of weird if he's going with Dodge to drive for another manufacturer, but who knows? But, there's possibilities of things going bad with this. But those are slim chances to me in so many ways. And again, everything's a learning curve. So in the long run, I can see it happening. Now, other people have said that they cannot see Cleetus McFarland stepping away from his YouTube channel to go racing. But this is the interesting part about it is, Cleetus has done this thing about boundaries and people getting in his business all the time with this. And there is people that are in the entertainment business that step away to do something else for a little while. And with what he does, this is the entertainment business, whether you look at it that way or not. And just from seeing things, he does a lot of time editing. He's a busy guy with so much. And there might be a point right now that he just wants to take a little break and dive into this racing and just experience what this is all about and try to grow with this right here. Because again, this is something that could still contribute over to his channel, get views and continue to grow with that. But it could be something he could step back and let some of the other guys take over some of the other aspects of this and him focus on the racing. Truck Series got a shorter schedule. He probably would be way less busy than he is right now and would still be out there in the public eye, but doing something that he loves and trying to be his best at it. Because that's one thing I've learned about him. When he sets goals to do something, he's going to give it his all, and he's not going to half-ass it. So coming into racing right now, I could see that. I could see that as being a strong possibility. But anyways, I want to know what you think about this. Throw your thoughts down below of everything that we talked about here today. And do you think this would be a good idea for Cleetus? If he did something like this, do you think it's a good idea for Dodge or for Ram? I'm always going to call it Dodge. I'm sorry. I still call the damn Xfinity Series the Busch Series because it's always going to be that to me for some reason. But yeah, interesting things to talk about. Once again, throw them comments down below. Let's talk about this. And man, I hope you're having a great week out there so far. I got another episode coming up. I was planning on doing that now, basically, on Rockingham Speedway. We're going to dive really deep in behind this story, behind the owners, the current owners, the money coming in from the state, different things with that, and the past history with this thing. So I hope you check that out. But anyways, hope you're having a great week out there. And as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.